Absalom. Now, this is important, family. This is important. In 2 Samuel 18:18, Absalom creates a pillar for himself. During his lifetime, Absalom had taken a pillar and erected it in the king's valley as a monument to himself, for he thought, I have no Absalom son to carry on the memory of my name. He named the pillar after himself, and it is called Absalom's monument to this day. I told you the attributes got to be there, family. The attributes got to be there. Where you going with this, Jacob? Stick with me. Why did Absalom create this pillar for himself? If you read the context of this scripture, you will see that he created this pillar because he was going to die. He was going to die. During his lifetime, what? While he was alive, Absalom, what? Had taken a pillar and what? Erected it for himself while he was alive. Why does it matter while he was alive? Because he was going to die. He had no offspring. He had no offspring. So he said in the king's valley, he's going to build a pillar because he don't have a son to build the pillar for him since he's a king. So Absalom going to build this pillar for himself. So if you read the context of the scripture, you will see that he created this pillar because he was going to die and because he had no son to carry on his name. The kings erected pillars throughout the Israelite Empire. These are like headstones for graves or markings of great events. In Genesis 35:14, we see our forefather Jacob put up a pillar where Yah had talked to him. Jacob set up a stone pillar at the place where Yah had talked with him, and he poured out a drink offering on it. He also poured oil on it. Why don't we see these pillars in the Middle East? Come on now. Why don't we see pillars in the Middle East? If our forefathers built pillars, where are they? Where are they? They talk about the Valley of the Kings in the modern Israel, but there's no pillars. Why don't we see these pillars in the Middle East? We talking about generations and generations of kings, generations and generations of people, generations of elite. Where are the pillars? So why don't we see the pillars in the Middle East location of the so-called Jerusalem? Why are all of these biblical things in modern Ethiopia? It is because it is the true Jerusalem. I told you I'm 100% convinced. He ain't going to convince me otherwise. How is Jerusalem in the land of Ham? That's like asking, why does the sun shine? That had nothing to do with nothing. Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology. You see this pillar on the ground, family? There's a bunch of pillars all over Ethiopia. Why? Because that was part of our culture. It's all in the Bible. Axumite stele, true treasures of human craftsmanship. The organization and technological skills of Axumites were represented by the construction of stele. These monuments were created in line of older African traditions and made of single pieces of local granite. They were cut out and transported from quarries located at least 4 kilometers away, Gabadra Hill, to the location where they needed to be erected. In most cases, the stele, can we say pillars, mark elite and royal burial tombs. What? In most cases, the stele mark what? Elite and royal burial tombs. What did Absalom say? I need to create my own pillar because I don't have no son to build one for me. Larger stele appeared to decorate the graves of the Axumite kings. Can we say Valley of the Kings? How come we don't see those quote unquote stele or pillars in modern Israel? The monoliths are spread over multiple terrains, including fields in the northern and southeastern sides of the city. The Gudite stele, or can we say pillar? The Gudite stele field and the central stele park, the latter began to emerge as a regional ceremonial settlement center around 100 AD, 100 AD, and houses the finest manufactured and decorated monoliths of Axum. Can we say Israel? Can we say Israel? Absalom was a king. He had a pillar made for him. Or can we say stele? It ain't over there in the Middle East. Stele, an upright stone slab or column typically bearing a commemorative inscription or relief design, often serving as a gravestone. That's why we get these little stones over our little graves. Israelite traditions. A pillar, a tall vertical structure of stone, wood, or metal used as a support for a building or an ornament or monument.